All right, we'll start kind of Quentin Tarantino style with the end, which was the Eagles-Bills playing in a sloppy game in the rain. It finished 13-12. It felt like a game that should finish 13-12. We had the Eagles only having, I believe, one successful play the entire second half. We had Vic Fangio and I think the Eagles pass defense having a extremely good game that was forcing to Josh Allen to make a lot of hero plays, which led to some good moments, led to some iffy moments, couldn't take like 20-yard sacks, knocking him out of field goal range. But Eagles pull off this win 13-12. Big extra point blocked by Jalen Carter, and you felt his kind of his performance throughout the day. He had an insta sack on Osiris Torrance. That was, I think they went against each other in college. But yeah, that was probably some bad flashbacks to the to the cocktail party when those two matched up in college. But sloppy game. I don't know where you want to start, but the Eagles pulled this one off, and I thought the Bills had some high highs, but then very sloppy on offense throughout the game. But how about this? Great defensive performances from Sean McDermott and Vic Fangio and these defenses, I thought, throughout the game, and the Eagles pulled this one off.
Definitely, the defenses were outstanding today. And I think for the Eagles, this is like I don't know if this how you would rate this year, but I guess what I would say is like that's kind of the performance that you kind of maybe have been waiting for them for a little bit, just to fully just dominate a game with all the talent that they have. I mean, Jalen Carter was unbelievable today, even beyond like just some of the pressure that he got on Cyrus Torrance. Like he had a really strong game and just got Josh Allen to play a bizarrely bad game for himself. It just didn't feel like he trusted anything that was going on. A lot of sloppy mistakes. I thought even on the fourth down where he scrambled and tried to get to the end zone, you kind of got the situation you wanted where you have Zach Bond in the air like with a two-way go, and you just let him make the tackle instead of just dumping off to Ty Johnson, who was wide open, standing right next to the front pylon for a touchdown. And you know, I've kind of grown accustomed to Josh Allen making that pass there and scoring the touchdown, and obviously would have alleviated some concerns there towards the end of the game. But they were just so sloppy, and it just felt like he was pressing in a way that was really unnecessary. I mean, the third down sack, that was like some day three rookie stuff that you'll see. Where some of these guys, like the running back, and they're taking 20-yard sacks. It was just really sloppy. So I think that was concerning from his part, especially because he's kind of had like a lot more, I guess, inconsistencies to his game over the past month, which is, I don't know if he just needs a break or if he's feeling frustrated, what's going on around him, but not the Josh Allen that we're used to seeing it. And if he plays like that, going to the playoffs, they're probably going to be out of here pretty quickly because just too many negative plays and too many plays we're not getting where, everything that you probably hope to get from some of these drives. So sloppy game. And then even then at the end, he still showed like why you got to keep giving him chances with the ball, because he is going to make some incredible plays and just the physical talent. Right. It's, you just, it's just one of those guys where
you got to keep going with it. It's the hardest thing. I know. I
just think he needs a little factory reset once the season's over. Just take a breather, get back to it. But he's a little off his game right now.
Yeah, I think how you put it when you say he just doesn't trust anything, that's kind of how it feels a little bit. I think the best stat to kind of point at, because Josh Allen, like I think one of the, to his credit, because he runs around a lot, does a lot of kind of stuff where he's Professor Chaos, which could be good and bad. He's kind of weaned the bad out and made the good better. But then this season, it felt like the bad creep back in. It feels more like 2019 Josh Allen in that regard. And I think maybe that some of it is because of some of the pass catchers that he has and the lack of faith. I mean, Brandon Cooks is the deep play threat. Tyrell Shavers is the deep play threat. I do like Shavers, by the way. I think he could be like a 3-and-D MVS type, like blocker and deep ball. I think he's legit. Like he could be like a number 3 for you, but like a dirty work guy. But I think the stats to point at, Josh Allen this year has an 8% sack rate, the highest of his career. 2019, his first full year starting, it was 7.6%. That was the highest before. Last year, it was 2.8%. And the offensive line has had some injuries, and I do think that they do have some protection weaknesses, especially when they're in 5-man protection, which we've seen. Falcons game is the biggest example of that, but other times too, where they just let free runners come. Some of that's design, some of that I don't really like it, but it's just like how they kind of get away with things. But when Josh Allen's making guys miss, you don't feel it as much. When he's getting sacked 8% of the time, which is high, that you're feeling it. His pressure to sack is 20.3% this year. That's pretty. That's like an above average rate. Last year was
Yeah.
8%, which is one of the lowest rates I think on record. And usually it's hovers around 10, 13, 14, good rates. But this year it's like he's just taking those sacks, and it's just like we're so used to him, having some plays where he loses his mind completely. But I think like he had mitigated so much of the negative that we kind of forgot about this, and I think that's creeped back in. So it's the highs are still there, but the lows are just there's so many more lows today. And I thought it was Vic Fangio like child's play against Joe Brady and some of the passing game stuff. Like
Yeah.
they ran so many crossing routes and those safeties. And Cooper DeJean got they even said it at the end of the broadcast, had like set a career high for tackles in the game. He was sawing guys off. I mean, he crushed Ty Johnson on that last swing. It was because it's just so predictable from formations. There was like the shot play to James Cook where he leaks through, and Zach Bond's running for it with it step for step. And I love Zach Bond, but he shouldn't be running step for step with James Cook. Why he can do that is because he knew what was coming. So he was already running before the route was coming. So I just think that they're a weird team, because it's like now I'm feeling better about the defense, but it just then the offense has a game like this. I mean, just credit to Vic Fangio and I think the Eagles DBs, because there's so much. It felt like a lot of coverage sacks happening, which made Josh Allen start compounding stuff as the game went along.
Yeah, definitely, and it's just frustrating. I think if you're a Bills defender, you probably feel like that performance was wasted a little bit, because the Eagles had one first down in the second half. The Eagles, they ran 18 plays for 16 yards in the second half, 2.67 yards per drive. 84% of their drives didn't get a first down, 0% passing success rate, 5% overall success rate, and you lost that game. I mean, that's brutal. That's brutal, because it's really hard to play defense like that cleanly. The Eagles average 0.2 first downs per drive. Or 0.2 first downs per drive in the second half. How do you not get that done? And when you start looking at even just like some of the discrepancies, the Bills, they have a positive EPA per play in the second half. Obviously, the Eagles were nowhere close to positive EPA per play in the second half. Eagles average minus 1.07 EPA per dropback. So every dropback, they're losing a point's worth of value in the second half. Just really dominant stuff from Buffalo's defense, and you got nothing to show for it. That's got to be frustrating, because you would if I told you, hey, going into this game, if I told you in the second half the Eagles would have one first down and average less than a yard per play, you'd be like, wow, that probably got out of hand a little bit. But nope, they won this game. And they're such a bizarre team, because even when it feels bad, they still win these games, and they're 11-5 and hosting a playoff game in a couple of weeks. Really bizarre season for them.
Fighting for the 2 seed, like I know it's one of these things where it's just not perfect. Like I was even looking up before as the game was going along. This is random because it's raining, so I was looking up stats on True Media since 2019. I could have probably looked further, but Josh Allen has the most dropbacks in the NFL since 2019 in the rain. So I was like, oh wow, okay, that's interesting. How many? 408 dropbacks. Second place is Carson Wentz with 250. And so it's not only that the Buffalo's got crap weather, but it's just also like, yeah, we trust Josh to go make plays. We trust him to do that. And then meanwhile, you see it. He also has the most career fumbles. He has a high amount of scrambles. Like he's really effective on them. But it's like one of these things where it's just like the weather just compounds exactly the good and the bad. And I just thought that the Bills' run game would maybe be able to. I know Jalen Carter was playing back full. It feels like he was healthy again. I just thought that the Bills would have the personnel to kind of like get what they wanted. I think the Eagles defense, when you get them in base, you can throw them like a good amount. Like when they're in base defense this year or against 2 or fewer receivers, they've given up a 20% explosive pass rate, 30th in the NFL. And I thought it was notable because I think Dalton Kincaid was out, that they were just like, no, we're going to play a bunch of 11. I was like, I don't know. I know Reggie Gilliam isn't the sexiest thing, but I think you should get some big bodies out there and chuck it. I think they're just playing the spread stuff and all these crossers, and Fangio and this defense were just sawing this stuff off. Going into the last drive, the Bills had 4 net yards per pass attempt going into the last drive, 35% passing success rate. They had a higher rushing success rate than passing success rate. The Bills did. That's with Josh Allen at quarterback. I don't know. It was just, they're a weird team, but this is actually in a weird way made me feel better about where their defense is. I still don't think their rush defense is that great, but I just don't think the Eagles' rush offense is that great. And also, again, predictability. But I don't know. I think my long and the short of this, my review of this game is like, wow, That was some good defensive play calling. And I think it just made Josh Allen kind of compound some stuff. It made the quarterbacks compound the bad sides, made Jalen Hurts more safe, made him more outside throwing. He had one amazing throw on third down over the middle, I will say that. But that was in the first half. But it was just all the stuff was to the outside. All the stuff was the outside or short or escaping the pocket. I thought there were so many creepers and stuff coming up the middle that just made him a little skittish. And then I think Josh Allen playing hero ball. It made these. That's what good defensive coordinators do. You make, you'll give up some. You'll give up a Shavers dunk, a Brandon Cooks deep ball, a Josh Allen scramble, but you live with that going like, okay, I'm going to make you be patient from the pocket. I'm going to snuff out your 1, 2, 3, make you get to 4. Guess what? Jalen Carter's winning, yada, yada. But yeah, I don't know. I think these are incomplete teams, but guess what? I think the playoffs are wide open for both of them. And again, in the weirdest way, the Bills actually I feel okay about, but they'd be playing. They are the most likely going to be what, the 5 seed?
The 5 seed.
I actually got to look that up. Probably the 5 seed.
Maybe the 7 seed actually right now.
They're 7 seed right now. Okay.
Yeah, they'd be heading to New England to play if this playoff started right now.